Hello, this video is going to show you the basics of scheduling in Meditech. Before you work on any of your tasks on your task list, you should always make sure that the dates of the tasks that are generated here are correct. Everything here on your task list is generated from something coming from your schedule. So you want to make sure that your schedule is set up appropriately with only visits and documentation that are necessary before you start confirming or recording any non-visit documentation. The starting point for this will be the Manage My Schedule task. You can access this by clicking Create New Task, Manage My Schedule. Once you do that, it'll show up in the recently created tasks area, which you can put a push pin in front of, so it'll always be there, but it can always be accessed under Create New Tasks, Manage My Schedule. Once you click that, your Manage Schedule task will appear. Managing your schedule is extremely important because the schedules on a certain day is what generates the tasks on your to-do list. So you always want to make sure that your visits are on the appropriate days before starting the confirming the visit or documenting the visit in the perform visit task. On this screen, in order to change how your screen appears, you can click up here under View Weeks. Right now, we're looking at 1 week at a time, but you can also look at 2 weeks at a time or 3 weeks. I recommend if you do on average, if you do visits more than 2 per day, you leave it on 2. And if you can't see everything, there is a scroll button that you have to drag up and down in order to see everything. You can also go back to 1 week view, so that way you can show everything. The sections of this screen are, this is the calendar section. It displays as many weeks as you have listed up here. If you click this summary button, it removes the information from each visit. You can still click on it and the information will come here. I don't recommend that as it can be slightly confusing. So if all of a sudden you lose all your information, check to see if the summary button is checked. It's best to leave it unchecked. This area, the column is titled Assign Date. We refer to it as the bucket. It's basically a holding spot for visits and documentation that hasn't been plotted out and assigned to any particular day. So if somebody tells you the visit is in the bucket, this is the area that we are referring to. The other section over here, this is where you can assign a time. So the visit that you've clicked on, I'm going to click on this visit for the 17th. If I wanted to schedule this visit for 5 p.m., I could just select it here, then come down and drag it up to 5 p.m. Scheduling particular times ahead of time is not required, but it is good practice if you want the other clinicians on your case to know what time you're usually there. It is an optional step. Another way of scheduling time is to come down to the Visit Information panel, which is here. And you can click in this box and type in. If I wanted to change that to 6, I could do that right there. And see how it flipped up here. Or you can click the drop down here and choose the right time. This is military time on this screen, so if you needed 6 p.m., you would choose 18 o'clock, or you could type into this box if I wanted to change to 4 o'clock, 4:00 and then I would hit enter, and it would automatically change it to military time and hit OK. So that's how you would schedule times. You can either move it over here, or you can come down here to the scheduled time and either type it directly into this box, or click the arrow and change the time there. How you change the date of a visit? It's very simple. If you're not performing a visit on a particular day, you can just click and drag. There's another way. You can also click on a visit and add it to the day by clicking the plus sign, as so. So you could click and drag or click and add. You could also change the date down here just by clicking. So there's multiple ways to do things, but I recommend the clicking and dragging. You can navigate your schedule by clicking the arrows here to go backwards in time, to scroll up in the calendar, or click over here and click on these arrows to move forwards in time and move into the future. You can also use the scroll bar as so. So that is how you can navigate to a particular day. When you log in, it always defaults you to the current date. Now a little bit more about the icons that you see in front of you. Green circles with a white fill mean that the visit is assigned to you. You haven't confirmed the visit, you haven't performed the visit, it is just there waiting for you to to start the process. If it is a diamond, diamonds mean that the visit has been performed. The perform visit task has been started. So when you click on a visit with a diamond, you have this button here called View Note. So if you wanted to go back and read a note that either you wrote or the nurse or any other person, whatever, depending on the scheduling task you're in, whenever you see a diamond, there'll be a View Note button available. And when you click on that, a PDF version of the note will appear. So that is how you can go back and review work that has been done previously. Other icons, this red X indicates that this was a missed visit. I'll be getting into more details about missed visits in a future video, but if you wanted more information about that rescheduled or missed visit, you could come down and then click on the Rescheduled Missed tab and see the reasons why it was missed. This is the icon for a vacation. This is an employee activity. I'll be teaching you how to do employee activities in a separate video, but this icon just refers to that the person was on vacation. There's also other icons for employee activities, such as it looks like a little calendar. I thought I had one here, but I did not. The dollar sign that appears on some visits indicate that authorization has not been entered into Meditech. This will be very important, especially on your patients that are action level 1 red alert patients. If your patient is action level 1 red alert, meaning they only have one payer and there's no authorization, that is a major issue that you would want to contact the case placer or your scheduler to ensure that authorizations are in place. Now, if you wanted to check on the authorization of any particular visit, you can click on the visit, and then there's a tab called Orders and Authorization. These visits are not authorized. However, this visit for this patient does have an authorization. So it tells you the authorization number, how many visits were authorized, the number of the dates that are in the authorized range, and the insurance. So you can come in and get all of your managed care information right here. When the authorizations expire, your visits will then have $signs on them. In order for you to check what action level your patient is, you can come right to the patient overview. Patient overview is available on every visit, and it is available just by clicking on the patient overview link right here in your schedule. So if you wanted to check if your patient was action level 1, which is your red alert patients with managed Medicaid, or maybe your patient is action level 2, which is yellow, meaning they have backup Medicaid, or action level 3, meaning they still have straight Medicaid and authorization is not necessary. So I'm going to click on patient overview. Now you can look right up here. This patient is action level 1, red. That means they only have one insurance, and that insurance is listed here. This patient has Fidelis. So that is where you can check. If I wanted to check on another patient, I could come here, again, patient overview. And now this patient is action level 2, yellow, which means this patient has Empire Plan and then has Medicaid under 18 as a backup. So if Empire doesn't pay, we can still see the patient because they have straight Medicaid backing that up. So just to recap, green diamonds means the visit has been performed, meaning the perform visit task has been started. Green circles with a white fill indicate that the visit has not been confirmed and has not been performed. Red X's meaning the visit has been marked as missed. Vacation icon. Now there is a legend on every schedule page. If you click the legend, it opens up. So if you forget any of this, the legend is available. So as you can see, green circles with a white fill are accepted. Green circles with green fill means that you confirmed the visit in the confirm my day task. However, the perform visit task has not been started. Green diamonds are performed. Red X's are missed. If your visit is a yellow triangle, it means that the orders have been discontinued, so they turn into no need. If the patient is on hold, meaning they're on hold either because they're in a hospital or they're on vacation, the visits turn into gray stop signs. You will not see any planned visits on your schedule because all of your visits would have been accepted because they're assigned to you. However, on the patient schedule, unassigned visits are a blue square. So that is the legend if you ever needed to come up and click on it. There is a link here to the patient schedule. If you wanted to pop over directly and see the patient schedule, you could click here. There's a service location, so you could see where the patient lives. Again, the orders and authorization screen is here, so you can review the patient's authorizations as well as the ordered frequency. There's a section here for notes. These notes are just for scheduling notes. No clinical information should ever be entered in here. And then this is the main visit information panel. So those are the basics on navigating and reading your schedule. More detailed topics will be covered in specific videos regarding those topics, such as missed visits, vacations, and how to schedule assessments, which are your summaries. Thank you.